Welcome to Worldwide Wrestling, everyone. Tony Schiavone and Bobby the Brain Heenan. There's a new heavyweight champion.
Yeah. We know there's a new heavyweight champion. We'll get to that a little later. But let's talk about something important. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about the business I've been doing with Sonny Ono and the Japanese people. Let's talk about all the money I have a chance of making. Let's talk about what's going to happen.
Let's talk about World War III and the man who became the
Yes, we'll get to that a little later, but let's talk about what's going to happen here. The World Cup of Wrestling, the challenge the Japanese are giving out. The money can be made. The way the business people in this country, what they've done to me in front of Mr. Ono, I'd like to explain to people.
How about the money you took from Sonny Ono? We'll be talking about that. And show the challenge from New Japan Pro Wrestling to WCW as we go to the ring.
And it's first match time here on WCW Worldwide Wrestling. And Brain, the only thing I can say is that Sonny Ono from Japan has now made a challenge to our WCW superstars for a one-night best 4 out of 7 tournament for the World Cup of Wrestling at Starrcade.
Well, I explained to Mr. Ono how I was treated by the Americans here and how the establishment treats people, knowing that I was doing business with a man from Japan. There's no animosity between him and I right now. He has so much money anyway, it doesn't even matter. But he's going to show the world how superior the Japanese wrestlers are to WCW.
Leroy Howard and Lex Luger will go one-on-one. He'll get a chance to show the world the superiority, as he says, of the Japanese athletes when we come up at Starrcade on Wednesday, December 27th at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and we will go to the Starrcade Control Center. We'll also show you Sonny Ono's challenge at Starrcade a little bit later on, and we'll have the rundown of what's going to transpire, the granddaddy of all big-time wrestling events, Starrcade 1995. But now Lex Luger, the total package. Certainly one of the finest athletes that WCW has to offer the world.
This may be one of the finest athletes in all the sports. Look at the condition the man's in. You know, and he's not a dummy. He's not some palooka. He's not some young punk kid like the Wonder Punk.
The next WCW heavyweight champion of the world, Lex Luger.
He's a thinking man. He knows what he's doing in that ring.
There you see Jimmy Hart. And Luger now with an arm drag takedown. For Luger to become the next heavyweight champion of the world, Brain. He has to go through the man who won World War III.
And that's no easy task. Now, Leroy here doesn't stand a chance. He doesn't stand a chance because he hasn't done one thing aggressive yet. When you're in a ring with a man like Lex Luger that possesses the ability this man has, you have to go at him. You can't retreat. You can't stand there waiting for something to happen. There you go now.
Leroy Howard to the side of the head. Sends him in. Whoa, what a big clothesline. Wow, Luger is so powerful. One of the most powerful men in our sport. And so cocky and confident as well. Now out to the feet of Jimmy Hart, the man who's become his manager ever since turning his back on Hulk Hogan. And Leroy Howard gets his face rubbed right in the floor here at the Worldwide Arena. Luger dominating this opening bout here on WCW Worldwide Wrestling. Maybe Lex Luger will be one of the men. As you hear the chant of Hogan, maybe Lex Luger will be one of the men who will be in that best 4 out of 7 in singles competition to face the stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling at Starrcade. We'll find out later on in the Control Center.
Well, they're trying to put this thing together, and I know the powers that be at WCW and the powers that be at New Japan have been meeting secretly. They had a big meeting at O'Hare Airport the other day. It's going to be a tremendous event.
It's going to be a real international affair. And down goes Leroy Howard as Luger uses every illegal tactic in the book to get an advantage here.
And I am an American.
I know that.
I still have to say one thing, though.
But you've sold out to the Japanese before. Earlier this year you did.
Well, I just conducted some business with them.
That wasn't yours to conduct.
I'm sure you're driving a Chevy, huh? I'm sure you got an RCA TV at home, huh?
No, okay.
Your girlfriend's even Japanese. I knew her 2 years ago.
Luger now hooks Leroy Howard and picks him up with a vertical suplex.
I mean, the Japanese are just, they go to school year-round. They're taught better manners. They're not lazy like a lot of Americans. They're not soft. They condition. They have more pride. I mean, That's the truth.
And they have a lot of money, too, don't they, Bray?
Well, they,
yes,
they do have a yen for me.
Yes, they do. Into the ropes. Lex Luger with a power slam. The total package is just so dominating. And I can venture to say that if he gets into Starrcade as part of the American contingent, he is going to be a dominant factor. And there's the torture rack on Leroy Howard. And this one is over in the opening bout here on Worldwide Wrestling.
I bet Leroy's glad to hear that bell.
Now, I would say so. Your winner is the total package Lex Luger. Still to come, much more action. But right now, listen to this, fans.